Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Jim, it's Shauna, and boy, I'll tell you, Sean, we got a couple of what potentially could be some good soccer today. Now, you said that the winner of Spain and uh, this afternoon, the winner of what am I, Spain and France, will probably end up taking it. You stay with that one?
Yeah, I think this side of the bracket is much stronger. Probably the top four teams in the bracket were on this side. I guess you could argue, um, Netherlands and England are, they're pretty good teams, but the way England's played, they haven't deserved to win anything. But you could probably say the same against for France as well. France hasn't scored goals, but they do. They don't allow goals. So yeah, look. I think the winner of France and Spain will be favored um, in the final, and everyone thinks England's going to be there, but look, this Netherlands team can score. So very talented team. But you got that game, the two Euro games today and tomorrow, and then you have the two Copa America games tonight and tomorrow night. So.
Right.
Where I think most people are looking forward to the Copa America game Wednesday as maybe as a higher level game than the one Tuesday night.
Yeah. The I guess if you're an England fan, right, you are in some way vindicated because of the penalty. I mean, they get that monkey off their back.
They haven't. The coaches look. I mean, if they played, they go behind and then they put players in, attacking players, and they score a goal immediately. And maybe if they would have played like that the whole game, they probably would have won the game pretty easily. But this coach is just so worried about giving up goals. I mean, you got to try to win the game. Um, they're just this team
Well, I mean,
doesn't
it's
mesh.
one thing to play defense. It's
Yeah, the
one
team
thing to
doesn't.
play defense. It's another thing to play afraid.
The problem for if any team kind of takes if Netherlands can get a goal or two early, this team isn't gonna. I don't. Not real big on this England team right now. The squad is good, the players are good, but the coaching is it's so bad. It's just unfathomably bad, and it's just they're so worried about defense. Excuse me. It's the same as
Hmm.
Deschamps for France. I think the lineup's a little different today, but instead of playing Camavinga, he plays Rabiot. So he's the same thing. He's more worried about playing defensive first, settling that, and then going for it, later. But he'd be happy with another, 0-0 win on penalties.
So,
Care how he gets there. 1-0. I think today there might be some goals though.
so you
And then
think this
Spain
might be
has
the
some
way to
players.
go?
Spain is missing some players today. Rabiot is rested for France. Spain is definitely missing some key players. Danny Carvajal with the red card, and some Pedri with the injury. So France has a strong lineup. I I know Joe Wiz took Spain before the tournament. I took France before the tournament. So I have both teams to win in my future. So either way,
Mhm.
I'm all right. But
You're safe here.
I still think France wins the game. I just, maybe it's just optimism or whatever, but people are worried if it's France England, it might be the worst game of all time for the final. But
Well, I don't think it'd be that bad. I mean, because they both have talented players. They're not playing that way, but they both have talented players.
yeah, it's just, you wonder if these teams are actually gonna, go for it at some point. You're in the semifinal. You
Hmm.
know, Can they actually go for it and try to, win the game instead of playing defensive and trying not to lose?
Yep. Let's move for a second up to Canada, Argentina. Any shot that the guys from the Great White North have a chance to beat Argentina tonight?
Can't imagine. I mean, I don't even know how much they're going to touch the ball in this game. The squad's not that good. I mean, Venezuela is not the team they beat. They're not great. So they got a little bit of a decent draw to the semifinals. CONCACAF's been weak. I don't know if I don't know that Argentina is going to score 3 or 4 goals tonight, but I just they're not going to see much of the ball. So I would expect Argentina to win pretty easily, 2-0, something like that. I mean, could it be 5-0? Could it be? I mean, it could be, but I think Argentina will be happy with 2-0 and just getting through to the final and letting those other two teams beat each other up again on Wednesday night, which looks like it could happen.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the chances are that Canada decides to play everybody back and play for penalty kick?
I mean, they could. I mean, because they're not going to see a lot of the ball anyway. But the danger with that is, if you give up a goal at some point, what do you do?
You do. Yeah.
I don't think they. I don't think they match up anyway. So, you could probably try to do that and try to see how long you could last. Excuse me. But I just think, I don't see them doing much. I mean, if they could get a lead somehow in the game, it'd be, it'd be big. It would be pretty big, if CONCACAF got a team. Everyone kind of thought that this would be the U.S. team,
right?
That might have this, this semifinal
opportunity.
But that ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Well, let's jump over to one other thing that's I know is in your toolbox here, and that is we're not that far away from the start of the Premier League, and how are things going with Man United?
I think they're moving in the right direction again. It looks like they're going to sign some players, and I think the league is going to be a lot more balanced this year. Trying to see, you're going to have, obviously Arsenal competed down to the end. I think Liverpool takes a step back. I think Chelsea takes a step forward. Probably Tottenham gets a little bit better depending on who they sign with another year under Ange, and if they can stay healthy. Newcastle can't be as bad as they were, you'd think. Manchester United, same thing. I think they'll be okay. I don't know where they're going to finish in the league this year. I think Brighton will be better because they don't have Europe, and they're signing some pretty good players. I think we have to target top 4. I mean, just got to see who they get. It looks like they're going to get De Ligt and maybe Branthwaite. They had a bid accepted for Lenny Euro, the center back, but he's going to go to Real Madrid, I would imagine. Joshua Zirkzee coming in. It's going to depend on the midfield and stuff. But look, seems like they're getting rid of some people that they need to get rid of, and they're going to sign some players. And then maybe in the winter you keep building, keep bringing the kids in. From the academy, and then next summer you kind of keep building the squad. It's going to be a little bit of it's going to be probably a 2 or 3 year process.
Okay, one last one before we get out of here, and that is something that happened in your neck of the woods, and that's Paul George signing with the 76ers. Are they now a threat to the Celtics?
I mean, that's what people are saying. I know the Knicks are tough, and the Sixers signed this. I think for the Sixers, until they make a run with this core, and I know they lost to the Raptors, and then the Raptors went on to win the title, but that was 5 years ago. I don't know how you trust this team. I mean, they're very good, but the Celtics are loaded, and only going to be probably more confident there, looking for their third trip in a row to the finals. They have to make it. The Sixers, I think, have this window here with Embiid and some of these other players. They have to kind of make it count soon, because you don't get these opportunities very often, and they haven't done anything. They haven't been to a final. They haven't been to So until they start doing some of this, they gotta win a series. Win a big series first. Beat somebody.
Paul George is not going to hurt them. That's one very important thing. Whether he's the missing piece to that puzzle you're talking about, I don't know. But I guarantee you that the Clippers are ruining the day they let him get away. And basically, he wanted a 4-year deal. They wouldn't give it to him, and so he said, "Okay, fine. You don't want to give me a 4-year deal? Sixers will give me a 4-year deal," and so he signed with the Sixers.
They have the third. They have the third best odds now. I mean, and
you mean the Sixers?
Yeah. But you got the in the West is Oklahoma City, Denver, Dallas, and Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you only have to play one of them. So, Celtics are clearly the favorite, plus 300. Mm-hmm. Celtics, Knicks, Sixers. Knicks and Sixers basically same odds. Milwaukee's probably going to be up there again if everybody's healthy. The Magic are getting better, but yeah, look, I mean, they're there. They're right there with the Knicks and the Celtics. I mean, I would imagine, it's going to be important for these teams to finish the top seed, because if you finish second and third, you might have to play, that first round series and then that tough second round series before you get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So you're probably playing 3 tough series. So you probably, I would think the Celtics are probably, in the regular season they've been so good. You see if they take a step back in the regular season. Once again in the playoffs, I think they're going to be fine. But I would think if the Celtics are healthy and they want to play hard, I can't imagine anybody's beating them in the in 82 games.
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, look, I know that you've got to get back here and get back to your coaching duties. So,
yeah, we got wrestling camp right here.
There you go. Yeah. Wow. Live play-by-play of wrestling. There you go.
Yeah. We're trying to figure something out with this thing. So, yeah, I think
no turnbuckles to jump off of.
This I think these 2 games, today and tomorrow, and the thing with these tournaments is, we're in the semifinals, and you remember back, and it's it's July 9th, so it's been basically 4 weeks. The tournament started, I think, on June 14th, that Friday. So basically, once we're 3.5 weeks in, and you just don't kind of don't realize how quickly they go. We're already at Tuesday, July 9th, which I can't even believe how quickly everything's going. And Manchester United's got a game on the 15th. They have a game in 6 days. They got a preseason match. They're already training. These Premier League teams are training. The Community Shield is August 10th. I mean, it's in a month. And that month is going to fly by. But, I just these games have been really good for the most part, both tournaments. And, you just kind of wish they'd last longer. But look, we got the Premier League and the Champions League, and there's Champions League games tomorrow. There's qualification and Europa League and FA Cup and all this other stuff. So I mean, it never ends. But yeah, it's been a good tournament. I'm excited, and I think of the 4 teams left, you're gonna you can't really go wrong. All these teams are pretty good, so you're not really gonna go wrong if whoever wins the tournament, they'd be worthy winners.
There you go. All right, my friend. Let's get out of here, and we'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Everybody have a lovely day. And John, thanks for dropping by, man. Talk to you soon.